So welcome to this Hunter x Hunter video, guys. And in this video, I will be talking about the newest chapter of the Hunter x Hunter manga. And this video will contain spoilers for chapter 397 of Hunter x Hunter. Anyway guys, the title for this chapter is called Foundation, Part 3. And the title of this chapter refers to the fact that this is the third chapter that we have gotten about the backstory of the Phantom Troupe. And the reason why the title is called Foundation is because this backstory will show us how the Phantom Troupe was created. These last two chapters have served to show us the upbringing of the Phantom Troupe members, and we also got to see what they look like as children. This chapter basically serves as the third and final part of this backstory, and this is also the most important chapter of this whole entire backstory. And we get to witness a defining moment in this chapter, and this moment leads to the creation of the Phantom Troupe. This backstory has started off with a more lighthearted tone, however as the story progresses there is a major event that completely changes everything. One of the reasons why I love this chapter is because it sheds a lot of light on the motivations of the Phantom Troupe, and this chapter also shows us how the Phantom Troupe was originally created. In this backstory, the members of the Phantom Troupe are still innocent children, and in this chapter we will see the moment that changed their lives forever. But before I get into the video guys, please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos. Anyway guys, in the last chapter we saw Chrollo give an amazing performance to the people of Meteor City, and during this performance we got to see the moment where Chrollo unconsciously awakens his Nin ability. Everyone looked so happy after this celebration, and Chrollo was being congratulated for his outstanding performance. However, at the end of the last chapter we saw that the group of human traffickers were searching for one more child to abduct, and we saw that Sarasa was very close to where the human traffickers were driving. And this chapter starts off with Chrollo and all the other Phantom Troupe members, and they are preparing for their next concert. However, Chrollo noticed that Sarasa was still missing, so they decided to go search for Sarasa. However, unfortunately Sarasa was nowhere to be found, and we see that Pakunoda asked Chrollo what they should do next. And in this moment we see that everyone was looking to Chrollo for guidance, and this scene shows that even as a child Chrollo still acted as their leader. And Chrollo eventually decided to tell the audience members that the performance will be cancelled, and he also informs them that Sarasa is missing. When they heard this news, the residents of Meteor City immediately volunteered to help Chrollo search for Sarasa, and we see that Chrollo actually started crying because he did not expect this reaction from the audience. And I really love seeing the unity of Meteor City, and this scene really displays that the residents of Meteor City share a very strong bond. And this is also a really cute moment because Yuvajin actually told Chrollo not to cry, and Yuvajin also comforted Chrollo by telling him that they will definitely find her. And this is such a great moment because it just shows how much the Phantom Troupe members care about each other, and I really enjoyed the dynamic between these two characters. Anyway guys, in the next scene we get to see the scene where the Phantom Troupe members finally found Sarasa, and from Chrollo's facial expression we can tell that something terrible has happened. It looks like the human traffickers have killed Sarasa, and we see that her head is in a bag, and this bag is hanging from a tree. And there is also a note that was placed on the tree. This is such a tragic moment to witness, and this must have been a very traumatic moment for a group of innocent children to witness, especially at such a young age. Anyway guys, when they opened the bag they saw that Sarasa's decapitated head was in this bag, and there was also a note that was stabbed into her forehead. We see Chrollo's reaction and he is absolutely heartbroken, and just by his facial expression we can see how much he is suffering in this moment. And in this moment Chrollo is just breaking down into tears, and he is staring at the decapitated head. I think that the author does a really good job of showing us the grief that the characters feel with these facial expressions, and this art style is very expressive. The Phantom Troupe is disgusted by this barbaric display of cruelty, and Yuvajin is also extremely devastated by this gruesome scene. In the last chapter we saw that Sarasa had a very close relationship with Yuvajin and Chrollo, and from their perspective this is basically the equivalent of them losing a family member. Anyway guys, in case you did not know, in Japanese culture, the rain symbolizes difficulty and disaster, so I think that the author is trying to show us that this is the most tragic moment in this backstory. I also think that one of the saddest scenes of this chapter was seeing Machi hugging Sarasa's decapitated head, and I truly feel bad for this character. We also get to see the reaction of Pakunoda and Sheila, and they are breaking down into tears, and they are also screaming into the air, and this is just such a depressing scene. And Sheila is also hugging Pakinota, and we can see how painful this death is for these two characters. Anyway guys, next the chapter switches to Sarasa's funeral, and we see her body laying in a casket. And there is this new character that was introduced called Ms. Lenko, and she possesses an inability, and with this ability she was able to reattach Sarasa's head back to her body. And some people are speculating that this person could be the mother of the Zoldyck family, because we know that she used to live in Meteor City. And we see that everyone is grieving for Sarasa, and they are also putting flowers in her casket. And this moment also reminds me of when the Phantom Troupe members put flowers in the casket of Pakinota, and we saw this right after her death. The Phantom Troupe is dead set on getting revenge for Sarasa, and we see that Shelnirk also agreed to join Chrollo in this mission. And Chrollo was actually able to formulate a plan, and with this plan they will be able to find the people who killed Sarasa. We learn that Chrollo's ultimate goal is to prevent any more victims like Sarasa, and he wants to stop tragedies like this from happening ever again. And Chrollo says that he will kill a lot of people in the next 3 years, and he also declares that he will live the rest of his life as a villain. And at the end of the chapter we see the scene where the Phantom Troupe is founded, and we see all the members coming together to create this new organization. And when all the members raise their fingers into the air, they are basically declaring their intention to lay down their lives for this cause. So yeah guys, now we know that Chrollo formed the Phantom Troupe with good intentions, and all he really wanted to do was protect the people of Meteor City. And Chrollo has always been shown to be a selfless person throughout the story, so it makes sense that his motivations would also be selfless. I think the author did a really good job at showing us the pain and suffering that the Phantom Troupe are feeling after the death of Sarasa, and we can see just how much this moment affected the course of their lives. Anyway guys, at the end of this chapter we see a time skip where Chrollo grows into a teenager, and also all of the Phantom Troupe members have gotten a lot older. By this time all the members have already learned Nen, and they have also mastered their abilities. We also got to see this same exact moment during episode 57 of the Hunter x Hunter anime. And I think that showing us this in the anime was an amazing way to foreshadow this backstory, and this is very impressive writing from the author. And also another foreshadowing moment was when they showed Chrollo's backstory during his introduction in the anime, and this happened during episode 41 of the anime. Anyway guys, let me know what you think of this chapter in the comments below. And if you guys enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, then like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you for watching.